Rain Dogs Trucking. Pay yourself to orientation, 60 cents per mile. Rands or Rains Trucking, R-A-N-D-S. Rains Trucking. I never applied with them. They claim we don't have drivers that just sit. Driver assist unload. Multiple stops up to 20 a week. 2,500 miles a week. This sounds like fucking Dollar Store and Dollar Tree and Family Dollar, that kind of shit. This sounds like this kind of an account. No fee for a rider, must be with the company for 10 days before they can ride with you. Pets are okay immediately. Now it's not sounding like Family Dollar or US Express or any fucking buddy else that does dollar store type shit. $1,000 pet fee. They also do a $1,000 sign-on bonus, and you can use that to pay for the fee or whatever. I don't know if it's refundable. So it's $1,000 fee, and it's $1,000 sign-up. Well, if I give you back the truck and it doesn't smell like my fucking pet or whatever, it's just better not to even tell them that you have a fucking pet and just take the fucking money and then whatever. Again, honesty is not the best pet policy. 3 a.m. start time. 21 days out, doesn't mention home time. Outward facing dash cam. Pilot fuel card, 68 mile per hour governed speed. Some short haul and some long haul loads. 60 cents per mile. Dry van. They're in Ladysmith, Wisconsin. No rental car to get to orientation. OTR and teleapp application only. 641-500-7194. They're on my do not contact list. Rapid response. Never called me back. Rapid response. Never called me back. They responded rapidly by never calling. I'm gonna go trucking on some motherfuckers. RD Trans LLC. Florida, OTR, 28 to 30 days out for 5 days home. Maximum 600 miles per day. Dry van or preloaded flatbed. No tarping. Power only loads. 70 mile per hour. This sounds way too fucking good to be true. 70 mile per hour governed speed. Their application process says they will not hire you if you have less than 2 years experience. And if you drive, and says that you will drive 600 to 650 miles a day. And they have the longest application form I have ever fucking seen. They're on my do not contact list. Red Land Cargo, Web City, which is the outskirts of Joplin. For those of you that don't know, I have delivered there many fucking times. And every time I do, because there's multiple fucking B's, I call it Web. Which I'm sure is how they fucking pronounce it. It's Missouri, after all. 1 click, ZipRecruiter application, 2 clicks. R space E Garrison Trucking. They have a broken fucking application. So how the fuck am I supposed to apply? They're on my do not contact list. Richard Eden's Trucking. Home weekly, 50 cents per mile. Actual miles, $1,000 per week average pay. Depends. We're talking $10.99. We're talking, it doesn't, no mention. 2 years experience required. Requires load tracking on the phone. Newtonia, Missouri. Rysingir Bros. I applied with them many fucking times. Never called me back. Riverside Transport. I applied with them multiple fucking times. They've never fucking called me back for many years. They finally called me back one time. The company's also called RTI, which is usually what you see on their trucks. It says RTI in white letters. I think there's like a little swirl or some shit coming off of the R. bunch of lines doing this, kind of like a flag or something. I don't know. I believe they were hauling the mail at that time. I don't know if they do other shit or if they only haul the mail or if they do a mix of whatever. So when they finally did call me, the assholes told me that you have to have 1 year verifiable experience within the last 2. 1 year verifiable within the last 2. Even though absolutely nowhere in any of the information that they have ever provided to anyone did they ever actually state such a fucking thing. They wait until they've wasted your time. You filled out applications. You've waited many fucking years. They finally call you to say, can't hire you. All right, let's try to finish this. RL Transport LLC. No APU, fridge, inverter, or microwave. Road King Express, Chicago, flexible ELD, do not contact list. Road Legends, rent to own, at $1,500 a week, so that's what you're getting paid. Packer Engines, they're in Chicago. Road Pulse, one word, Road Pulse Logistics LLC, Wisconsin and Oklahoma is where they claim to be from. They kept sending emails to my spam folder. They never called me back. When they finally called, they want pics of your CDL before they'll even talk to you about the position. One of the worst broken English speakers I have ever talked to. I finally told Sean to never contact me again. Road Wolves, Chicago, drive-in, flexible ELD. I worked for this company for 2 weeks because they were trying to get me to run illegal. My CDL work means more to me than, your fucking $1,200 a week paycheck. They tried to get me to stay by offering me more money. You're not going to offer me enough money to pay for the CDL if I lose it by your actions. So, the only good thing about working for shitty companies like that is it helps you to build up your internal immune system against these kind of companies. So, when they're, we need you to drive this many miles and do all this and blah, blah, blah. And then you start to realize, okay, that's the game that they're playing. And then you realize, what can I do to legally prevent it, to stop them from trying to get me to get those extra miles out of the day? What can I do? So instead of it being a game of, these guys are just trying to get me to run illegal, well, I have to quit, or figure out a way to get them to fire me, or I get the green light on the pre-pass, I'm just gonna pull into the DOT way station anyway. Oh, hey, look at that, I got an inspection. Oh, hey, we didn't pass. Now the company gets a big fat ticket for it. Well, there you go. And then you just tell them, well, the ELD said I had to pull in. The pre-pass said I had to stop. So, what do you want me to do? Fix your equipment and it won't happen. So, if they want to be assholes to you, find ways to be assholes back. Rowaney Transportation. Owner-operators only. Rock Solid Logistics, Inc. Joplin Liars. They're in Chicago. They're on my do not contact list. Roweel. Fucked me around for years and robo-messaged the shit out of me. That's all I've got for them. Romtrans, whatever the hell that means. Romtrans Express LLC. Joplin Liars. They're actually in Texas. Let's see. Drive-in, flatbed, reefer. They want you to have 2 years experience required. RTA Logistics, Inc. They're liars. No response. They wasted my time. RTI, aka Riverside Transport, Inc. Lying assholes making up shit about me. They're on my do not contact list. S&L Intermodal, Inc. St. Louis Liars. They're in Chicago. Midwest, they claimed. Drive-in. They operate in the Eastern Regional only. No Midwest whatsoever. So, company and RTO, 60 cent per mile, 773-523-7111 if you're interested. Safe and fast. Hot shot on Craigslist. They never called me back. They're on my do not contact list. Skarumburg. Time waster Eric, 847-530-9156. They're on my do not contact list. Schneider. Jerks that waste my time with games. Scrag Brothers Freight. Kansas. Never called me back. SDE Transport Inc. United States. Oh, thank God. I'm already at work. Chicago is where they're actually out of. 75 mile per hour. Volvo or Freightliner. 2 years experience required. No APU. Pets okay. No riders. Loves pilot or TA. Your choice with a fuel card. So that's cool. Drive-in, no dash cam. They claim they will reimburse your travel expenses to orientation. RTO, 1099. They're on my do not contact list. Seaboard, one word. Seaboard Transport. Never called me back, and they robo-messaged the fuck out of me. Sentr. S-E-N-T-R. Sentr Motor Freight. Strafford, Missouri, which is right next to Springfield, Missouri. 2 years recent experience required, whatever the fuck that means. Company or RTO. Reefer. At the end of his Craigslist post, he claims the name of the company is Sentry Motor Freight. S-E-N-T-R-Y. I assume he misspelled it, but you never know with these damn companies. 479-420-1039, which is not a Springfield area code. He never responded to my attempts to contact him. He's on my do not contact list. Seawared Motor Freight Inc. Bullshit application. They robo-message the fuck out of you. They call you and refuse to answer questions. They're on my do not contact list. Schaefer Trucking, aka Crete Carrier Corp. Fuck 'em, 3 exclamation points. Sharkey, S-H-A-R-K-E-Y. Sharkey. Not Sharky, Sharkey Transportation Inc., aka Core Carrier Group, and Cispro Inc. No pets, robo emails, do not contact list. Shiplex. S-H-I-P-L-E-X. What the fuck? Florida is where they claim to be out of. I never applied with them. They're on my do not contact list. 407-232-8894. Shirley is Employment Services. Tulsa. 918-742-2101. They're on my do not contact list. Schrock Trucking. Springfield, Missouri, 75 mile per hour. California to Pennsylvania runs mostly produce. 10-hour days. Sounds like flexible ELD to me. 45 cent per mile. Caps at 52 cent per mile. God damn. Do not contact list. SIA or SIA. Transport. Intermodal. Too many red flags are on my do not contact list. Silver Trucking, $80 an hour. Bullshit. No pets, no hazmat, do not contact list. Yeah, there's no fucking way that a job sounds that good. Skinner Transfer Corp. Wisconsin, 48 cent per mile. Fucking disgusting. They will not talk to you unless you fill out a Nutella app. Their advertisements aren't shy about telling you they are a good company, but from everything else I'm seeing about them, that's a blatant lie. Liars sent me an email on Thursday saying they would contact me on Friday and never did. They're on my do not contact list. SM Transport Inc. R/L do not contact list. Anyway, Smartway, one word, that's actually two. Smartway Express, 40 cent per mile. Samsara, W2, reefer, drop, and hook. SMJ Freight, never applied with them. Flexible ELD, they're on my do not contact list. SOAR, SOAR, I applied with those motherfuckers for so goddamn long, took them years to finally actually talk to me. Fuck those assholes. They are, I got like 8 exclamation points after that. Fuck them. SOF Logistics, SOF Logistics. Chicago, Flexible ELD, they're on my do not contact list. Sonai, Dispatch, Inc., never called me back. Soup Trucking. Chicago, I only spoke briefly with someone who was leased onto them, who was looking for a driver to drive his truck. So that's all I know about the company. Southwind Hyde. One word, no spaces. AKA Southwind Holding. I never applied with them. Several months later, they were still texting me. They claimed to be based in Texas, and years later were still emailing me. 773-770-6499, 240-905-4451. They're on my do not contact list. Space Nine Corporation. One word. No rental car. Do not contact list. Turned around and called me a month after being told to never contact me again and wasted my time even more. I think the reason this asshole waited over a month to contact me again is because he was hoping that I didn't write it down, that he should never talk to me. Well, he was wrong. 312-636-9780. Special Freight Solutions. Chicago, Illegal Company. That's all I've got written down for them. Stallion, Beebe, Arkansas, said I'm out of their hiring area. State Express, Inc., St. Louis Liars. Chicago, OTR, dry van or reefer, solo or teams. Solo is 3,000 to 3,500 miles per week. Teams is 5,000 to 5,500. Sounds like the teams is a better deal if you want to be able to relax a little bit. W-2 or 1099. Direct deposit, 952-900-1390 if you're interested. Stevens Transport. These are some illegal ass motherfuckers, and I'm pretty sure they're out of Texas, even though it says Maryland. Based off of what I've seen written on the side of their trucks, they're out of Texas. No idea why they're sending me spam emails saying to me that they're looking for drivers out of Maryland. Recent experience, do not contact list, Josie Garza, 855-910-6627 if you're interested in that company. Store and Haul Trucking. Won't hire Midwest residents. Actual Midwest residents. They're on my do not contact list. Why the fuck are they sending me messages or asking me to fill out applications and shit then? S-U-I-T, it's capital, and then trans is not capital. So I'm assuming, is it Suite? Is it S-U-I-T trans? Or is it supposed to be suit? I don't know. Never called me back. They're on my do not contact list. Super Ego Holding. Chicago, I never applied with these assholes. They don't provide a rental car. Drive4best.com is a website, I guess, or their website. These assholes hope that you are too stupid to realize what they are doing. This is an absolute scam. Do not fall for it. They're on my do not contact list, and they have some of the shittiest fucking drivers out there. Swift. Fuck them. Do not contact list. You know what? I'm going to tell you about Swift. I'm not sure if I fucking said it before, but Swift, I went to go work for them. They paid for me a bus ticket. I hopped on the bus, went all the way down there. They gave me a motel room for like 5 fucking days or some shit, however long their orientation lasted. Kept doing their orientation, kept doing their testing. We went to their free clinic to go get drug tested. I caught the fucking flu while I was there. So now I'm fucking, while I'm doing all their testing and sitting through their orientation and watching their videos and every fucking thing, I'm fucking dying over here. Get through all their bullshit. Every fucking bit of it. They're ready to hand me the keys to the truck, but they're having fucking computer problems. They can't fucking make something go through or whatever. They're also having phone problems. You can't call them to talk to anybody. It just fucking rings and rings and rings and rings and rings. They claim to call you. Your phone never fucking rings once. So, they're having such massive fucking problems. I get all through the entire fucking thing. They never hand me the keys to the truck because they can't create an account of my name and that attaches me to the truck and to be able to send me the loads and everything. I'm waiting for them to hand me the keys. They send us back to the motel for a couple more days while I'm just sitting there getting sicker and sicker and sicker, waiting for them to actually hand me the fucking keys to the truck or get done with their computer fucking issues or whatever the hell their problem is. This is like right after they joined up with, they did the merger or whatever the fuck it is that they've done with Knight. Which apparently now today, when I mention that to anybody else, they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So I don't know if they split since then or, what? I have no fucking idea. But anytime I try to mention that Swift and Knight, are together, nobody fucking has a clue what I'm talking about. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I ended up getting the flu, getting super fucking sick, sitting there in my motel room for days after completing orientation, waiting for them to give me a fucking truck, and they were just fucking around. So I ended up just going and getting a fucking rental car and driving myself back home. One of the nicest fucking rental cars I ever had. That's the only nice thing that I have to say about that entire fucking experience was the rental car I bought for myself. It was a wonderful fucking drive all the way back home. I was doing like 100 miles an hour in this motherfucker, and I spent like 2 gallons. I drove like 200 fucking miles. That was a wonderful fucking car. I gotta get one. That's the only nice thing I have to say about Swift and the experience thereof, which has nothing to fucking do with Swift. System Transport, aka System. Plus, they lied about doing intermodal. You lying fucks. They only do flatbed. They're on my do not contact list. So, if you're interested. Taylor Truck Line, Minnesota-based company or RTO. They provide a rental car and pay for fuel, or so they claim. I'm writing it down like I actually did that. I don't even remember going to this, so I don't know why I would say that. So they claim to provide a rental car and pay for the fuel. RTO is Volvo or Freightliner, walkaway lease, so they claim, Samsara, ELD, running east of I-35, no northeast. Well, what's your definition of northeast? No dogs over 30 pounds, $500 a week, truck payments for 3 years, 14 days out for 4 days home time. So 2 weeks out for 4 days home. Sounds like a decent deal. 2,500 to 3K miles per week. So if you're interested, Taylor Truck Line. Tobruk Inc. Tobruk. Lincoln, Nebraska, reefer, no smoking of any kind. That means vaping, I'm assuming. No pets of any kind. Mostly Nebraska to California runs. 2.5 plus years experience required. No job hoppers, whatever the fuck that means. Personally sounds like a shitty company to me. They absolutely insist on calling you by your first name. And they're only looking for humans that are good team players. Well, they're not looking to hire anybody then. 402-730-9333. I've never met a human that was a good team player, so that company's probably already out of business. Probably why nobody watching this has even heard of them. TDC. Transport Distribution Company. Here we go. This is one I've been waiting to tell you about. Joplin, Missouri, they claim to provide a rental car, claim to provide a motel room, claim you can have a dog, claim you can have weekly home time. Fucking liars. This company uses Paschal Truck Lines as their recruiting company that I mentioned above. They still owe me $100 in fuel because I drove to their orientation based off of the lies of the recruiter, only to find out there is no motel room. You can't have your fucking pet, and so on and so on and so on. Fuck TDC. Team Line LLC. Kansas never called me back. 3 exclamation points. 10-8 Inc. Missouri. Liars. They're from Chicago. Didn't know there was a Missouri, Chicago. You know what's fucking weird? There's a town called Nevada, Missouri. Yeah, there's a Nevada in Missouri. So maybe there is a Missouri, maybe there is a Missouri, Illinois, or maybe there's a suburb in Chicago called Missouri. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, man. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. But if you ask me, that's fucking retarded. So don't be surprised if, sounds to me like this is fucking stupid, and I'm talking about it like it's fucking stupid because it is. I don't care if it's correct. It's fucking stupid. Never called me back. Lease purchase. Fuck them. Thai Flice Transportation. Waited an entire year to fill out an application. They waited an entire year after I filled out an application with them before they called me. An entire fucking year. They're in Chicago. $10.99. 60 cents per mile. $2,000 escrow, 3 weeks OTR for 7 days off maximum. So 3 weeks out for 1 week home. Sounds like a decent deal, but you know, those companies that sound good. Alleged rental car reimbursement. Alleged. Maximum 3,500 miles per week. Pets and riders okay with minimal restrictions, whatever the fuck that means. Titus Trans Corp. Local only. Wherever the fuck they're from, don't know. TLI, aka Transco Lines. Little Rock, Arkansas. Do not contact list. TMC. I'm pretty sure these guys are flatbeds only because I've never seen them hauling anything else behind their trucks. Or so I've been told by other drivers. So flatbeds only. No pets allowed. They require a truck wash every 2 weeks. That does make sense because I don't think I've ever seen their trucks covered with shit. So, but that also cuts into the miles that you can drive every week. TPA Cargo LLC, 4,000 plus miles per week. They're on my do not contact list. They kept messaging me 6 months later after being told to fucking stop. Trailiner. Springfield, Missouri. Fake book. Never called me back. I applied with them twice. Trans Am, one word. Trucking. Never called me back. I got 20 fucking exclamation points on here. When they finally did, after years of applying, Jade Fisher, the driver recruiting admin at 913-324-7110, asked me a metric ton of questions and then ended up hanging up on me. I can't tell them to put me on their do not contact list because they won't call me back since the bitch did that. They're on my do not contact list. Probably sent them an email saying that. 913-353-9841. This company kept messaging me at random intervals throughout many years when they clearly had no intention of ever hiring me. Trains laned. Too much shit to list. Fuck this company. Trains lines. Chicago, flexible ELD. Trans System Inc. Joplin, never called me back. 4 exclamation point. Liars. Zip Recruiter, 1-click application was a 2-part questionnaire. Tricor Logistics Inc. $2,500 a week, 14 days out, no mention of home time. Reefer, all miles paid, or so they claim. Tri-National Inc. False promises, no pets, do not contact list. Tri-Union, Kentucky Flatbed. Trucking Edge LLC, Virginia East Coast only, hourly pay. Trucking Group Utah. They're out of Carthage, Missouri. Remember what I said about if the name in the fucking company? You got a location in your company name. You're no fucking where near that location. Utah, and they're out of fucking Missouri. Trucking Pros. I got nothing. It's all blank. Trucker Recruiters, Inc. They have no jobs in the Midwest. Truxy Expedited LLC. Westmont, Illinois. That's Chicago. Company or RTO. Minimum 24 months driving experience required. Direct deposit 609-435-0727. TSL Companies. Never called me back. These idiots will not hire you unless you have a chauffeur's permit. Whatever the fuck that is. What fucking kind of trucking company requires you to have a chauffeur's permit? So if I had a chauffeur's license, you wouldn't hire me either? Tucker Freight Lines posts fake jobs on fake book, where fakeness belongs. U-Crop Trucking, Inc., Springfield, Missouri, $10.99, pays 27% of the load. Dry van, Mac Anthems, and Volvos only, 773-495-3054. That's Chicago area code. I spoke with the guy, Russian. He said he came from Chicago to Springfield and started this company. It's a small company, as of the posting of this info. The guy will promise you the moon and not follow through on jack shit. I worked there for 2 months. He promised me home time every 2 weeks. And every time he would route me anywhere near my fucking house, he wouldn't let me go home. Continue to the delivery and don't stop for anything. Direct fucking quote. Not even bathroom breaks. He would push me to run illegal. He was constantly modifying my logs to get more miles out of the day. The only thing he kept his word on was paying me 27% of the load. Never received any bonuses for the extra miles that I ran. Never received any thank yous or appreciation whatsoever. I also never received 1 second in 2 months, not 1 fucking second of home time while working there. The ELD, which I think it was Max ELD. It wasn't even Samsara or any of the other fucking shit ones. It was Max ELD. And the only fucking reason he liked having it, I kept telling him it was constantly fucking glitching and crashing and changing. I'd get down to like 20 hours left in my cycle and all of a sudden I got 70 hours again. It's like, what the fuck? So now I can't even keep track. I should have been doing paper logs the whole fucking time because I have no idea how much time I actually have left on my clock. So it would just fucking glitch out of nowhere. Why? Because he was constantly going in there and editing the fucking logs every fucking day, multiple times a day. That's probably one of the reasons why the thing kept crashing. Or maybe it was just designed to be a piece of shit. I don't know. But the only fucking reason he wouldn't go to like Motive or some shit, Keep Trucking or any fucking thing else. And dude, it was so fucking simple to get the thing. I could have just fucking downloaded it on my phone and just ran it, and I would have been perfectly fucking legal. But we were constantly having to contact the company to get them to send emails to us. So just in case I get stopped by DOT and they're like, oh, hey, it says you got this many hours. Oh, but it says I'm looking up your information here. It says that's fucking wrong. You're expired by 20 hours. Cause he was running me that fucking hard. Yeah, it was 20 fucking hours over. I was running 90 hours every week. So I had to get those emails so many damn times sent to us in case we got stopped by, DOT. And they would always say, oh, the thing's malfunctioning. Oh, here you go. So many of those fucking emails had to be sent. I've never had a company where I had to have so many fucking emails sent. I don't even think any other company ever has had to send me an email, but this one had to send a fucking lot. So, Max ELD, watch the fuck out for that piece of shit. If anybody ever fucking says they're running a Max ELD, don't fucking work for them. It's the same as a Flex ELD. The motherfucker's gonna screw you as much as possible. Giant red flag. If you go to work for somebody that has a Max ELD, you get what you fucking got coming to you because you didn't listen to me. Take a guess why I quit working for that guy. Ulterzerone. I don't know why they have a fucking zero in there, but apparently that's how it's pronounced. Third-party recruiter out of Dallas, Texas. That's all I got for him. Unilini, Inc. Chicago, 60 cents per mile. United Transport LLC, Springfield, Missouri, Sam Sarah, 60 cents per mile. They're on my do not contact list. I wonder why. USA Freight, Wichita, liars, they're in Chicago. Oh, apparently there's a Wichita suburb in Chicago. 1099, they claim 86 cents per mile. Yeah, right. They claim travel reimbursement orientation. Yeah, right. Nobody has ever, any fucking company, not a fucking one that I've ever worked for has ever reimbursed me for anything ever. Don't believe that bullshit lie. They claim to reimburse you, don't fucking take it, okay? Put a couple $100 in your fucking pocket, get them to get you a bus ticket, plane ticket, whatever. If you have a pet, rental car, or fuck them. So, that's my personal fucking, I warned you. They want you driving a minimum 530 miles per day, which is a weird, arbitrary fucking number to throw at you. Which is 3,700 miles a week, no matter what. You already know that ain't gonna fucking happen. 773-217-0565 if you're interested. But before you call, remember that the real name of this company is actually MMM Freight Corp. I already mentioned them, and they're all bullshit. USA Transport Group, Inc., Joplin, which is a suburb of Chicago, you fucking liars. U.S. Land Transport, aka Schenker. U.S. Expeditors, Inc., Kansas, never called me back, 4 exclamation points. U.S. Express. Never called me back. 6 exclamation points. They're on my do not contact list. Fuck these motherfuckers. Just to name a few, I have had 1,000 fucking third-party recruiters call me for this asshole company. 1,000 fucking recruiters that I've all fucking told, do not contact list. And they kept fucking contacting me. All these different motherfuckers. So, U.S. Express doesn't fucking care about you telling them to leave me the fuck alone. They will keep harassing your ass. The closest I ever got to being hired with those motherfuckers was these Arabian sons of bitches that you're talking to on the other side of the fucking planet because these assholes don't have American representatives for their American-based fucking company, for their American fucking freight that you're going to be driving only in America. So naturally, they're going to have you talking to recruiters from some other fucking part of the planet. Went through all their bullshit, constantly calling people constantly calling me, having to give them fucking, this is a huge fucking red flag, giving them codes off your fucking phone and whatnot, and then, they would call you and then you have to answer a questionnaire before they confirm that they're going to give you a fucking bus ticket. So, then, that was the closest I fucking got. I had to do that 6 fucking times because the timing wouldn't fucking work out. They were trying to get me bus tickets at like 2 a.m. and shit. That means means no fucking sleep. I have to fucking leave at like 9 p.m. to travel to fucking get there. You know? So 60 miles away, I couldn't get a ride to get there. I couldn't find any kind of transport to get there. I would have had to have walked 60 fucking miles, which would have taken days. So, anyway, to get to the fucking bus stop. And eventually I got sick of giving them codes and having to answer these fucking questionnaires to get a fucking time frame that doesn't line up with anything that I can achieve. So, U.S. Express, fuck you in the ass, motherfuckers. Fuck you fucking pieces of shit. Do not fucking work for those assholes. You've been fucking warned. The majority of their loads supposedly are like dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar Freight, Dollar General, dollar stores. All those fucking dollars. You already know what I'm talking about. Family Dollar, Bum Dollar, all the fucking dollars. Okay? So, I don't think they're a real fucking company. I'm trying to think. Have I ever seen a fucking truck that said US Express on it? I can't, not one is actually coming to mind, but I keep remembering just the fucking hell that these bastards have put me through. And the dollar store loads was the only thing any recruiter would ever fucking talk to me about anytime they were mentioning this company. So I'm not sure they're a real fucking company. The way that I have been treated by these shitbags, I can't imagine they're a real fucking company. I think it's just third-party bullshit. Anyway, I think they're also partnered up with Variant, or Variant. So again, Arabians that play games. That's what I've got listed on there for Variant. So I've seen those trucks. But again, same fucking story, because whether I got a call from Variant recruiters or US Express recruiters, it was the same fucking story. They were doing that same bullshit that I just mentioned. So, V&N Express Logistics LLC, nothing. It's blank. VCO Logistics, never called me back. Venture Transport, robo-message the fuck out of me. They're on my do not contact list. Vritive Corporation, Joplin, that's all I've got listed for them. VGN Trucking, Chicago, no pets, 708-433-9471. Specifically told them to stop sending emails to my spam folder. They're on my do not contact list. VV Logistics Solutions Inc. Never called me back. Wakefield, one word, Wakefield Transporting LLC. The guy lies, it's not fucking worth it. Whalegree Transport Inc. Teams only, even though they claim to do solos too. W-2 or 1099, 60 cent per mile, 765-790-8190, home weekly OTR, if that sounds interesting to you. Waller Truck Co. Never called me back. Just keep sending spam emails. They're on my do not contact list. Wheel, W-E-L. Wisconsin stopped contacting me. Werner. They don't count 9 months of experience as 6 months. Let me fucking say that again, because that is just as retarded as it sounds. I had 9 months of verifiable experience, and they didn't fucking count it for their 6 months requirement. For those of you that don't know, 9 is not lower than 6. But apparently Werner, that's fucking news to them. Wick TR, aka Blackbird Trucking. Joplin is where they claim to be out of, and that's all I've got for them. Windwalker, one word, that's actually 2. One word, Windwalker Transportation. Kansas City, 58 cent per mile. 1 year in the last 3 is their requirement. I'm assuming that means verifiable. 4 to 6 days out. Pets okay. 100% no-touch freight. Williams Logistics, Inc. Carthage. Never called me back. Wilson Logistics. Robo-messaged the fuck out of me. Never called me once. 6 exclamation points. Woody Bogler Trucking. Never called me back. Winey. W-Y-N-N-E. Winey Transport Services, Inc. Joplin. That's all I've got. XPO Logistics. Never called me back. Z Transportation. 65 cent per mile. OTR Drive-In. They're on my do not contact list. Zeitner and Sons. Never called me back. 4 exclamation points. 60 cent per mile, 3,500 miles per week maximum. 6 months OTR experience required. That's all I've got for them. Zentner. 2 N's and 2 E's. Zentner Transportation, Inc. Cedar Rapids, Nebraska. There's a Cedar Rapids in Nebraska? I thought that was Wisconsin. Cedar Rapids. Anyway, Cedar Rapids, NE. OTR. Owner-operators only. Reefer. operating in the western half of the U.S. must be willing to chain, so I'm assuming that means mountain driving in wintertime, paid $22.90. I don't know what the fuck that is. They pay for IFTA, ELD, license plate, and insurance, or so they claim. Average 3,200 miles a week, 800-657-2157 if that sounds interesting to you. Zimmerman Transfer Inc. Shelby NE. There's a Shelby in Nebraska. AG exempt loads. So agricultural exempt loads. No 15-hour clock. I think that means 16 if I'm not mistaken. Tanker endorsement required. Hauling milk. $1,500 a week. Health, dental, or vision. Health, I'm assuming health and dental and vision. Kenworthless trucks. So you're going to have to be running Cummins. They've got Cummins in them, not Packers. Yeah, I wonder what transmission though. 608-425-9768. And that's all the companies that I have listed on here. If you still can't find a job, check out www.thetruckersreport.com. They have a job alert feature. You enter your name, how much experience you have, and they'll send you company info of places in your area. And probably a lot of unwanted spam, so be warned. I personally actually attempted to use the so-called service, but it never accepted my info no matter how many times I clicked, send me job offers. You can also try working for a new startup, as I've mentioned before. There are inherent risks associated with doing that, so again, be warned. Flatbed companies are usually always looking for drivers. I don't know if that means they have bad driver retention or if they're constantly getting trucks or maybe they're hiring these guys that don't actually know how to do flatbed. I do, and I do know I don't fucking like it. So that's why I choose personally to not fucking do flatbed. So anytime flatbed pops up, I'm out. So a lot of those times I'm not collecting that company's info. But again, if you are a flatbedder, if you prefer flatbed, I've met some of those guys. Well, there you go. Some of those companies that I've mentioned. And you can also try getting a friend who has a CDL. Or just take one of your friends. Hell, if you've got some money in your pocket, pay for him to get a CDL. He can pay you back over time. You guys hop in the truck together and do teams. You'll probably end up hating each other. It'll really test your friendship. So it's up to you. You can run FedEx, UPS, those kind of guys. They prefer teams drivers. So if you're looking to, sign up with those guys. But again, you'll most likely also need your doubles and triples and hazmat endorsements. And again, hazmat at the end of 5 years after getting it, whether it's on your CDL permit or, your CDP or your CDL, no matter fucking what, that 5-year clock is a ticking. So, and at the end of it, they will royally fuck your fucking license. So I highly recommend no hazmat, but if you're going to get it, you better plan on keeping that motherfucker. Or the second it's done, that 5 years is up, just throw your fucking CDL in the trash. Go back to a Class C. I'm fucking telling you, that's it. So, I've got my truck driver recruiter questions listed down here below. Again, so my recommendation, there is one company. Out of all these motherfuckers, there was one company that actually sounded fucking decent. 95% of the time that I talked to them over many years, it sounded like a good fucking company. Maybe too good to be true, or maybe just on the level, I don't know, but here is that company. Western Flyer Express. Not Western Express, Western Flyer Express. This is the best company that I have heard in the trucking industry. Strictly from an outside looking in perspective, take that for what it's worth. I've never worked for these guys. I have considered it. I've gotten close to doing it. So maybe one day I will jump ship. But as for right now, I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment. I just seem to be stuck on fucking around with all the bad people. You must have 1 year of verifiable experience within the last 3 years to be considered. So if that's not the case for you, there you go. But there's one thing I didn't like, and that was, I think you get it's owner operator RTO lease purchase blah blah blah. You get $1,500 per week, like after everything. So for being somebody who's buying your fucking truck, and the most I can expect to make is $1,500 a week, that's pretty shit. If it's a guaranteed $1,500, that's an upside, because there's no real guarantees in the trucking industry. You know, shit happens. So if they were to offer that as a guarantee, that would be cool. But I don't think that is offered as a guarantee. So who knows? Everything was sounding real good. I think it's I can't remember, 3-year term, 5-year. I can't remember what that was. For whatever fucking reason, I didn't write it down. Don't know why. I think I wrote it down on paper somewhere, and just for whatever reason didn't save it to my phone. Again, 95% of the time I called them. The 5%, there was one time where I called and I was getting close to getting hired on, and I got transferred from the main guy I talked to. I think his name is Carl. I got transferred to some chick. And so I was talking to her for a while. And then after a while, Carl called me back and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm talking to that one chick." And then he was rude out of fucking nowhere. He was rude, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to let you talk to her then." And just fucking hung up. So many years of good rapport with this fucking guy. And then out of nowhere, he just fucking hangs up on me like a dick. And I was like, what the fuck? What the hell was that about? So I don't know. Maybe he's just a headhunter for the company. Maybe he's been lying to me the whole fucking time. Again, outside looking in. That's the perspective that I have on this company. Just the outside looking in. Looks like the best company out there. It could just be just like every other fucking company out there, because how are they the 1 in a trillion? How are they the 1 in a fucking trillion out of all these companies that is a good company? How is that fucking possible? It's probably not. Again, outside looking in. If you want to fucking try, there you go. That's the company that would be my, again, outside looking in perspective. But again, take that red flag for what it's worth. Out of nowhere, dude just hung up on me. That raises a whole bunch of questions. Now I'm thinking maybe this isn't the fucking best company out there. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. If you want to roll the dice with them, there you go. But hopefully all this fucking information that I provided to you will help you to make a decision on what kind of company you want to go work for, whether or not any of these companies is good for you. And I have no idea how long this video is after putting all these videos together. It's probably hours long. I'm probably gonna have to make like a 6-part fucking series for this thing, but hopefully the information that I provided to you will help you to be better informed, keep from getting the shaft, and hopefully it opens your eyes and gets you to start asking questions instead of, well, I just need a job, so whatever the guy's got, and then you're just getting fucking ramrodded the whole goddamn time you're working for that company. I'm trying to save you from that. So if you don't want to listen to me, it's on you, brother. So there you go. Happy trails. I would say drive safe, but that's not up to truckers. That's up to every fucking buddy else on the road, isn't it? So